I'm going to give you a system called MEPS. It's called MEPS, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. You may have heard this, but in body language, we can actually look at the body and see where there are leaks coming out in those areas. So if mentally there are concerns and challenges, then that's going to be what we see from the top of the head to the collarbone. If it's emotional, it's going to be from the collarbone to the lower rib cage. This includes your arms, your hands, your hugs, your breathing, your heart. And from the bottom of the rib cage down to the groin is going to be the area that's physical. That's where we're born. That's where food is digested. That's where we have sex. So all of that is involved in the physical agility part of the body. And then we have the spiritual. The spiritual is being able to take your leg, take your foot, and step out into a world much greater than yours, much bigger than anything you have ever imagined. But until you take that step out, the entire body cannot work in a spiritual realm. This is one little piece of body language and understanding what you can see if you just look. I was very fortunate to have been invited to be in a film called The Keeper of the Keys. The Keeper of the Keys is a new documentary with a script to it, a storyline, and it stars Jack Canfield of Chicken Soup for the Soul books, John Gray, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, and Marcy Shimoff, Chicken Soup for the Woman's Soul. I'm the oldest member in the cast, and even though I'm the oldest member in the cast, I didn't feel that way. I felt like I was doing something new. I was with a group of people. My husband and I were in Las Vegas for 6 days during the premiere, and we did things that were different, as we always do. My husband's 76, I'm 74, and yet we still do something new almost every week. While we were in Las Vegas, we even did the zip lining down Fremont Street. What was happening inside our bodies at that time and inside our brains? Our neurons were growing and they were expanding. And as they grew and they expanded, we were able to expand ourselves. When those neurons in your brain are working, you have a wow life and amazing things happen. You can see it on The Biggest Loser. The person on The Biggest Loser has not only changed the size of their body, but they have also changed their attitude, their behavior on the inside as well as the outside. When we do things the same way, we go to work the same way, we get in our cars the same way, we drive along, and we see the same houses, the same people, and maybe the same dogs. The neurons do not grow, and we do not expand. But when you make a change and you say, I'm going to go left instead of right, I'm going to take another way, MapQuest it, Google it, go a different way that you've never been before, you will discover there are new roads for you. There are things that you have never done before. Sounds a little familiar if you own your own business. For when you own your own business, you are doing things differently every day. Yet, you're still doing some of the same things every day because you have to. So you've got one side of the coin where you're doing the usual analytic, routine kinds of things. And then on the other side of the coin, you're doing expressive things. Things where you're getting out, meeting people, learning more about yourself, learning more about your own body language, and of course, most of all, learning about them. As a speech pathologist, an innovator, a teacher, and a thought leader for over 50 years, I still create a new experience for myself every day. Of course, my students and my patients and audience members help me create those experiences. When we first think of something, we usually need another person. And when we put the two together, we have what is called a dyad, the first group. And usually, that is the basis or the nucleus for other people to come together and work together. As we're nearing the end of the Mayan calendar, we're nearing the end of a different kind of lifestyle than we will have 10 years from now. What has been happening up until now is a very self-centered area where we're really interested in ourselves. But now, as we go into a new way of life, we will work together, we will collaborate together, and we will prosper together.